I told my therapist I'm done with dating apps. She said, finally? I said, yeah, so now I'm trying Uber. She said, Uber Eats? I said, no, dating my Uber drivers. She blinked. So you're outsourcing intimacy now? I nodded. It's better than swiping on blurry fish pics. At least in an Uber, I can assess them in real time. I get in the car, breathe in the vibes. And if he has gum and he's not hitting on me in the first 2 minutes, I figure he's marriage material. She said, at least with Uber Eats, the only thing ghosting you is the ice cream that melted in transit. Oh, there are perks, I said. He shows up when I need him. He doesn't ghost me. I literally track him. She said, so you can see when he's picking up other women? Wow, you really manifested transparency. You don't understand, I said. He always asks how I'm doing. Granted, it's required by the app, but still, no man has ever asked so genuinely. Temperature okay back there? Then I added, well, except that one time during anal. She dropped her pen. Thanks for the backdoor disclosure, she said. Look, we don't do traditional dates. He just picks me up and we vibe. To nowhere in particular. Doesn't that get expensive? She said. Well, he pays for gas, and I paid by calling him deep just because he quoted a Drake lyric and stared out the window. Sometimes I pretend I forgot my destination, just so I could stay in the car longer. One time I looped around my own block 7 times. He said, isn't that your house again? I said, I have commitment issues. He said, girl, this is giving hostage vibes. Oh, one time I texted him at 3 a.m. He actually came, picked me up while I was crying. Hoodie, slippers, mascara melting. I got in the car, handed him a granola bar, and whispered, you're the most stable man in my life. He said, ma'am, my name is Roger. This is my first day. My therapist sighed. Poor Roger. He thought his biggest challenge today would be a traffic jam. Instead, he met you. He canceled our last ride, said I was too clingy, and still asked me for a tip. My therapist asked, you didn't actually tip him, did you? I said, well, the money doesn't go directly into his hand. She said, neither does your dignity, but it still disappears by the end of the ride. No, I watched his little car icon drift away on the map. It felt symbolic. She asked, did you cry? I said, no. I had a full-blown meltdown in the driveway. I screamed, why does everyone leave to a bush? Then I laid face down on the hood of my neighbor's Prius and whispered, take me instead. Then I ordered another Uber. He got here in 4 minutes. And that's when I realized, this is better than love. She said, really? I said, yeah, because love doesn't always show up. But this one arrives in under 7 minutes and sometimes has mints. She said, I'm prescribing reality and a Lyft account. She asked, so tell me, what do we learn from this? I said that sometimes the healthiest relationships I've had comes with a seatbelt and an exit button. She slid me my receipt. It read, romantic dependence with surge pricing. No refunds. No respect.